Alright, boys and girls, here we go. I know some people wanted to see dyno sheets, and a lot of people have been asking me today. Um, Went back to Mayhem today, took the day off of work. I had Garrett's PCM that I had sent him that he flashed me. This is strictly his tune over the phone, talking back and forth about the car and what's been done to it, which is basically nothing. He did not sit in a car. He didn't dyno it. He didn't nothing. He just flashed the ECM and sent it to me. So this is my sheet from a few months ago when I took it over and put it on Jeff's dyno. Wanted to see what it made. At this time on these two pulls, I had exactly what's done to it now. Short ram intake with a 3-inch K&N cone filter, pace setter LSJ header, 3-inch downpipe mandrel bent with a 3-inch cat, smooth transition to 2.5 behind that, and that is all 2.5-inch mandrel bent back to a at the time of this video was a Flowmaster Super 44 muffler. Did the pulls and made 125 and 137 with it. As you can see, the graph is just choppy as hell because GM put no fuel in these cars from the factory. So the ECM was going nuts pulling timing. So thus you can also see, look at the air to fuel. I mean, air to fuel was 15 to 1 all the way up till power enrichment there at 5,300. So that's what it made, and it was detonation city with this thing. So I made 3 changes between these pulls and these pulls. One, I sent an ECM out and had Garrett do an awesome tune on it. 2, it's on 93 pump gas. Those were on 87 octane. And 3, I took the Flowmaster Super 44 muffler off and put a MagnaFlow on it. It's an 18-inch body MagnaFlow, straight in, straight out. It's a center in, center out. I don't really know if that helped over the Flowmaster Super 44. I liked the way the Flowmaster sounded, but it was just too tinny and raspy for having my daughter's car seat right near it, in the back seat. So put the MagnaFlow on it. It quieted it down a lot, and I'm sure it flows better. It's straight through. So first pull today was 133 and 144. That was without the ECM. I was really surprised that it gained, 8 horse over baseline numbers, with the only change being 93 pump gas and a muffler change. I don't know if it was just different weather conditions or what. It was actually hotter today than it was when we did the previous dynos, so I don't know. But and then the red pull is my final pull with Garrett's ECM. We did 142, almost 143, and 153. And the biggest thing is, look how much smoother the graphs are. The blue was the first pull today. Again, pulling timing like crazy out of it. And then the red is the final pull with Garrett's ECM. Just crystal clear, smooth as can be. And those gains overall, the 125 to 142, that's 17 horse at the wheels and 16 foot-pounds of torque. It doesn't seem like a huge gain, overall peak to peak. But if you look in the center of the graph, and I have pictures of this, we checked some of the low spots of the stock pull versus the tune pull. Mid-range, around at the 4,000 mark right there at 4,000 RPM, there was a 20 horse gain and almost 20 foot-pounds of torque. And that's ultimately where you really feel it. So it overall, I couldn't be happier. I'd love to have Garrett actually sit in a car, because like I said, this is mail order. He hasn't actually been in a car and done it, and I know he could easily get another couple horsepower out of it just by actually tweaking it in car in real life conditions. But I'm super happy with it. Overall, the car now, literally from $3,000 up on a hard pull, it's just a blast. It is a noticeable difference. So there you go. And you can look at the air fuel too. You see how the first pole was 15 to 1. All of a sudden there's power enrichment. Now you can see the red pole. You know, it drops right down. It does peak up at 4,000 to 14 to 1, but then it noses back down to about 13 for the remainder of the pull, and it pulls farther. So, you know, we shut down a little after $6,000 just because, you know, stock cam, stock valve springs, stock cylinder head port. I mean, it's got 176,000 on it, so is to be suspected. I mean, hell, I think there's more power in a good set of valve springs in the car. So anyways, there you go. There's the baseline numbers at 125 and 137, and our final numbers today at 142 and 153. So Garrett, awesome job on the ECM. Jeff Rhodes at Mayhem, thank you for letting me use the dyno again. You are the man with the dyno. And thanks a lot, guys. We'll talk to you later.